I couldn't open my front door because my husband changed the locks. He opened the door and said, "You shouldn't have embarrassed me." It started at a dinner party. We were at his boss's house. My husband, Eric, had been drinking. Not sloppy, just loud. At one point, he told a story about how bad I am with money. Said if it weren't for him, we'd be bankrupt. People laughed. It wasn't true. I was the one managing our finances. So I corrected him, calmly. I said, "Actually, I'm the reason we have savings. I handle all of the investments." The table went quiet for a second. He forced a smile. I thought that was the end of it. On the drive home, he didn't speak. The next morning, he barely looked at me. When I came home from work that evening, my key didn't work. At first, I thought I was tired and using the wrong one. Then I saw the new deadbolt. I knocked. He opened the door halfway and said, "You can't stay here tonight." I laughed because I thought he was joking. He said I disrespected him in front of his boss. That I made him look weak. That actions have consequences. That's when I realized something. The house was in his name. But the down payment? Mine. From an inheritance. Transferred directly from my account. I stayed at my sister's. The next morning, I pulled every bank statement from the last 5 years. The wire transfer for the deposit. The closing documents. Then I checked something else. The mortgage payments. For 3 years, they had been coming from our joint account, which was funded mostly by my salary. He texted 2 days later asking when I was coming home. I said I am filing for a divorce. He said I was overreacting, but once he realized I was serious, his tone changed. Suddenly he wanted to talk, said it was a misunderstanding, said he was stressed. Regardless, I met with my lawyer. He explained that ownership on paper isn't the only thing that matters in a divorce. Source of funds matters. Contribution matters. When I filed, Eric said I'd never get the house. During discovery, our financial history became part of the official record. Every transfer, every contribution. His own emails became evidence. Messages where he admitted he couldn't have bought the house without my inheritance. By the time we reached settlement talks, his attorney's tone had changed. If we went to court, the paper trail was clear. The down payment was traceable to me. The equity built was tied to joint funds I contributed to heavily. Fighting it would be expensive and public. He agreed to transfer the house to me in exchange for a clean asset split. Now the locks are back the way they were, but he doesn't live here. And the last thing he said before signing was that I ruined everything over one joke. Maybe. Or maybe the joke was thinking he could lock me out of a house I helped build. And I learned something that night on the doorstep. Sometimes the moment someone tries to lock you out is the moment you realize you should never have given them the key in the first place.